Howdy, I'm Andy Price. I'm the Scout Executive for Grand Canyon Council, and pleased to come with you with an announcement. These announcements I don't get to make too often, about every couple of years or so, and it's always it's a pleasure for me to make these announcements because there's an excitement and a gratitude that I have when I share these announcements. First of all, I want to say thank you to John McClellan for his leadership, his hard work, and the great outcomes that he has helped to generate as the leader, as the Lodge Advisor for Wipple-A-Wiki, our Order of the Arrow Lodge. And as I do every couple years, it's time to make an announcement of who will follow John. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to John, and specifically I want to share how much I've enjoyed working with John, and the energy he brings, the vibe, the leadership, the great scouting attitude he brings to everything he does. Wipple-A-Wiki Lodge is stronger and better today than it was 2 years ago. And it was before that, it was better than 2 years prior and prior. We are continuing in a strong line of great leaders, and we're moving in the right direction with Order of the Arrow and scouting here at Grand Canyon Council. So thank you, John. And just as I've done every couple years, when it's been time to identify and recruit a new Lodge Advisor, I asked around. I talked to different people and said, hey, who's out there? Who's really involved? Who understands the Order of the Arrow and what the Order of the Arrow's role in scouting is? Who understands Wipple-A-Wiki and where it's come from, where it is today, and has a great vision and clear picture of where it can go into the future? And just as the last few times I've made this announcement, the same thing has happened. The same name kept bubbling up. And so I want to share with you that I've asked Scott Gaddis to become the next Lodge Advisor for Wipple-A-Wiki, to become effective at the annual banquet in January. And Scott has agreed, and so I'm announcing that Scott will move into that role in January. And let me tell you just a little bit about Scott. Many of you know Scott. You've seen him at a lot of lodge functions. He's been in a leadership role with our lodge now for a few years. He's also involved with the unit service team, what we call a community commissioner in Grand Canyon Council. But what you may not know is that Scott is, like many of us, an Eagle Scout. He had a pretty traditional scouting experience. He was a Cub Scout, he was a Scout, he's an Eagle Scout. He worked on his summer camp staff several years. He attended National Jamboree, he attended a NOAC, very typical of so many of our Scouts. And he did all that in Alameda, California. So in the Bay Area of California, he had a great traditional, normal, typical scouting experience. He learned leadership, and he shared his leadership in different roles on his camp and through the Order of the Arrow. And like many of us, life found him in a different place as an adult. And a few years ago, he moved to Phoenix, Arizona, or the Phoenix area, and got involved in scouting about 5 years ago on the Commissioner Service Team, the Unit Service Team, as well as with Wipple-A-Wiki Order of the Arrow. And he's been doing a lot of different roles recently, involved with both, again, OA and Unit Service. I should mention, I want to make sure I highlight this, as a youth he also was a 2-term Lodge Chief. I may not have mentioned that. That's important. So he did his scouting in Alameda. He's now been involved in scouting as an adult both in Alameda and here in Grand Canyon Council. He and I had a great opportunity to sit down and visit at the National Council of Chiefs event that took place at Philmont, I don't know, back in July. And he and I had an opportunity to talk about the future and what Order of the Arrow is doing today, where Order of the Arrow is going nationally, where Wipple-A-Wiki is today, and where Wipple-A-Wiki can go tomorrow. And I really like Scott's energy. I like Scott's vision, his thoughtfulness, his approach, and his commitment to scouting, and of course, the values of Order of the Arrow and scouting overall. And so I'm looking forward to working with him. I know that all of you will enjoy working with him, and in a couple years, we're going to have a similar conversation, and we're going to talk about all the great work that has occurred in Wipple-A-Wiki as a result of Scott's good leadership, and many others, of course, as well. But we're going to continue this long line of growth and moving in the right direction. I will see many of you at our induction weekend in a couple of weeks at Geronimo. I look forward to being there. I'll be there on Sunday in the morning to do some strategic planning with the Lodge. And thanks for taking a look at this video. Thanks for everything you do, and I will see you at camp.